Holy there's a lot of them too. But it's weird because it looks like flares or something. Just look up for a second. Of course, it's going to be difficult with a phone.
Yeah, but you see the way you twist it?
Yeah.
It's twisted twice. It's twisted twice from left to right.
Holy look, over there. So we were just curious. We were just driving by over here. We'll head out of here. Just kind of curious because we were hearing all this stuff and we passed by. We're like, what's going on? So we just.
Can I see your phone footage?
My phone footage.
Now, finally, I just want to add a few comments on the reports of drone activity here on the East Coast,
sightings.
particularly.
But the government has yet to give any concrete answers. One lawmaker is calling for a state of
Driving
emergency.
into Montclair,
Another
and all of a sudden, right over the horizon, I see what looks like the full moon. Only it can't be the full moon because the full moon was 2 weeks ago. And all of a sudden, the moon is starting to
Hey everyone, stick around. Oh, do I have a story to share. But first, take a good hard look at this. What do you see? Really, focus here. Now, when I came across this news brief, here's what I saw. What you're looking at is a Boeing 747 captured on a mobile device. We're seeing it now in better lighting. Pretty standard, right? But now, let's listen to the rest of that news report.
It's not a plane. If you've seen one, you'll know it's not a plane.
Without any answers from the feds, speculation runs wild. Theories range from otherworldly UAPs to test programs from Amazon or Google.
And here's a much closer look at a 747. Notice those lights on the sides of the aircraft's fuselage. Those lights cast beams outward, and they may appear ominous at a distance. They illuminate areas near the nose and along the fuselage, appearing as two straight lines of light. Does this still look like a mysterious drone to you? The red light blinking directly below the aircraft, that's called a beacon light. It flashes to signal that the aircraft is active, whether it's on the ground preparing to taxi or in the air. Stay with me because I'm not here to dismiss every drone sighting in New Jersey.
So maybe this is just the new normal.
In fact, I have a deeper, more unsettling story to share. One that might make you question what's really out there. I'll get to the clip that you saw at the beginning soon, but first, let me introduce myself. I'm a drone enthusiast and a certified drone pilot based in New Jersey, right near the center of these recent reports. For me, flying drones isn't about spying on neighbors or disrupting peaceful parks. It's about experiencing something breathtaking, something nature reserved for birds, and sharing that awe with my family and friends. I believe extraordinary claims demand extraordinary evidence. A big fan of Occam's razor.
And the question is, how do you explain disease? Maybe you think that there are witches. Or an alternative explanation for the disease, right, are these teeny tiny bugs. Little bugs called germs.
Critical thinking is essential. It helps us separate fact from fiction, question what we're told, and uncover the truth behind sensational claims.
Doctor, are you familiar with the scientific precept known as Occam's razor?
But as I was digging deeper, something unexpected happened.
But I kid you not, I swear, I cannot, everything I told you before, you know how skeptical I am, it started hovering above us. And it was huge. It was not an airplane, it was not a drone in the typical sense like any drone that I have.
But did it have lights?
It had one red
light?
It had one red and one green light. I did not see a white light. It is unlike anything I've ever seen. The thing that was weird about it was no sound, or virtually no sound. I couldn't hear anything. You know, people it was a eerie thing because we don't have any tech. I don't even know what to say. We don't have any, you know, I mean, my drone, if I fly 400 feet above me, I'm already used to hearing the prop sounds. I'm already used to hearing just, even if it's a faint sound, I can hear it.
Okay, not yet. I promise I'll get to that call with my pop in just a moment. But first, Let's take a look at this article that had made rounds online. Notice the caption below. What do you see here? Let's brighten the image a bit. Do you see what I see? Look closely. The faint tail extending to the rear and the landing legs at the bottom. And now, take a look at this one.
They don't give a I guarantee you if one of these drones had a sticker of Trump's face, they'd shoot them all down and they'd put them in jail. It's just unbelievable. If you saw that video, Tommy, have you seen this one? It's
Rob, play this clip.
This is like, what would you do if you saw this in your neighborhood?
This looks like Darth Vader's flying sideways, doesn't it?
And listen.
That's not a plane.
What the hell is that?
Valuetainment clocks in with over 6 million subscribers, and this video is approaching over 500,000 views. But a quick glance at the source video title and description tells you exactly what's going on. This isn't groundbreaking evidence of alien technology. It's digitally created footage from a flight simulator called DCS, with added audio for dramatic effect. The source video uses clickbait, but the creator is upfront about its origin. How many viewers are being misled by content that isn't what it claims to be?
And I have been here in Mendham recording this video that you're looking at right now. We have no idea what it is, if it's a natural phenomenon, because it could be, but this is why so many municipalities are now asking people to reach out and send their videos to them. What is it? No. No, we're looking at the moon right now, and that's nowhere near the moon.
She's right. It's not the moon, it's Venus. You know, the planet that we've known about for centuries.
Take a look here. This is video from former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, which was posted on X. You can see some little lighter dots flying up on there. He says that he saw dozens of large drones in the sky above his home in Davidsonville. That is in
Haven't seen anything unusual. This is usual? I don't think so. And how can he and others, like National Security Spokesman Admiral John Kirby, say we know there's no threat? How do they know that? And we saw video, and we talked to heard her, saw video, and heard her.
Was there a recorded video, or did he hear her account of what she observed? Without solid recorded evidence to analyze, hearsay can be compelling, but it's not a substitute for verification. But this account hits close to home. One fall night in September of 2023, my family and I were enjoying a late swim in the backyard. Feeling cold, I went inside for dinner. Moments later, my wife and daughter called for me to come back out, amazed by something they had seen in the night sky. Unfortunately, I missed it. When they came inside, they were shaken and struggling to describe what they had witnessed. Strange, silent lights floating in perfect formation, far different from any airplane. My mother-in-law brushed it off as fireworks, but my wife and daughter insisted it was something remarkable. Their descriptions stuck with me, so I started digging online. When I found reports of similar sightings, their response was immediate. Yes, that's exactly what we saw.
And that officer did an excellent job. She documented. That's where you're getting the reports of 50 drones coming off the ocean. That's what she reported seeing. She was on duty at the time, and she reports that she saw 50 drones coming from the ocean to the mainland, transversing the airways over Island Beach State Park.
This social media video titled New Jersey UAP claims to show a drone or mysterious orb.
It has a round, shield around it.
It's simply an optical illusion created by the camera, reminding us that the tools we use can sometimes distort reality as much as they reveal it. So how do we verify what our eyes or our instruments are showing us? Apps like Flight Radar 24 can help identify nearby aircraft by cross-referencing live air traffic data with what you're seeing in the sky.
See it? See that light?
If the object isn't listed on a flight tracker, it might be a drone. Tools like Drone Scanner can detect Bluetooth broadcasts from drones with remote ID systems. But what if it doesn't show up on those apps either? Is that proof of a foreign drone or even something extraterrestrial? Not necessarily. Remote ID signals from drones have limited range. It might not always reach your device. And not all drone pilots comply with FAA remote ID regulation.
Almost all of the time. No one is going to notice.
And by the way, flying a drone at night is perfectly legal for those flying with FAA Part 107 certification. This highlights the challenge. Distinguishing reality from illusion requires not just curiosity, but a systematic approach to gathering evidence. Alright, you've made it this far and I know you're curious. What if I told you what I'm about to show you could be the most convincing evidence yet of advanced technology?
Lights. They were completely motionless, made no sound, and these lights just hung there directly over me.
If these drones are meant to be stealthy, say our military or a foreign entity,
this is something that's either military or beyond. You know, these are huge.
Why use bright FAA-regulated lights that scream for attention? If they're hovering over military bases like Picatinny Arsenal, are we really supposed to believe that they're going unnoticed or unchecked?
Pentagon denying any so-called mothership.
And why New Jersey? Aliens fascinated by the turnpike, really? It seems rather odd that these sightings noticeably diminished around Thanksgiving. And now, post-Christmas, they've all but disappeared from the news cycle. Where have all the drones gone? Look, I live right in the middle of these reported sightings, so I decided to investigate. I enlisted my father, went out one December night, and us, armed with nothing more than curiosity and a camera.
This is the ideal call for that. I just hope we don't get arrested anywhere. Michael, you know, you're putting this on my...
Let's look at that footage. Ask yourself, what are these lights? Could they be drones, planes, satellites, or something else entirely? Think out of the box. Could perspective change everything? What would these lights look like from a different angle? Does this align with known patterns? Does anything feel off? If it's alien tech, what else would you expect to see? Are we filling in gaps with our assumptions? How much is our brain trying to explain what we're seeing based on past experiences? Are you making any assumptions as you watch this? Incredible, right? Those lights, the patterns, it all seems impossible to explain. But it's quite simple to explain. What you just saw was entirely fabricated. A video I created with the help of OpenAI's Sora, a generative video creation tool. The key here was to pique curiosity with a somewhat indistinct, shaky video. Film myself looking up to a dark night sky,
for a second.
alter the AI-generated video with some clever cropping and color correction, then merge the AI-generated video into the video actually shot.
Of course, it's going to be difficult with a phone.
Yeah, but the way you twist it.
Twist
Twist it twice. Twist it twice. Left, right.
I created this to show just how easily our minds can be deceived when we want to believe in something spectacular.
Well, maybe there's a sensitivity or an awareness factor for lights in the sky, especially after a year and a half of congressional testimony.
But the story doesn't end there. What began as an effort to explain drone sightings in New Jersey ultimately left me with some unsettling, real questions of my own. The truth is, I went out that night with my father to film the New Jersey night sky, investigate some of the reports, and create the stage video you just watched. I assure you, we didn't break any laws. Armed with nothing more than mobile cameras pointed skyward, we began filming. And then, things took an unexpected turn. Multiple police vehicles arrived, and officers questioned our presence. Acting on instinct, I discreetly started recording on a second camera and tucked it beneath me.
You have a recorder? Yeah. Good afternoon. All we're doing is...
Hi, officer. We were just curious. We were just driving by over here.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing, officer? The tension grew when officers insisted on seeing our footage.
Where you from? Are you the driver?
I am the driver.
Can I see your phone footage?
My father reluctantly complied, showing them innocent videos he'd taken earlier of my daughter playing basketball.
I'm from New York. I'm his dad.
This is my father. My name is Michael. I'm his son. We were just kind of curious because we were hearing all this stuff, and we passed by. We're like, what's going on? So we just.
Can I see your phone footage?
My footage, however, was mostly blank shots of the night sky and snippets of that interaction. But I had accidentally stopped the backup recording too soon. We were let go. On the drive home, my father and I couldn't stop speculating. What did they think we captured? Why were they so determined to see our cameras? Little did I know, the real mystery was still ahead. A few nights later, something even stranger happened. I had taken my kids and their friends out for a night of bowling. And as we drove home, we passed through Andover, New Jersey. Temporary flight restrictions for drones were in effect, though not in the area we were crossing. In our packed van with 6 passengers, I spotted a bright light in the night sky. Just a plane in the distance, or so I thought. I pointed it out to my wife and said, "That right there, that's exactly the kind of thing people mistake for a drone when it's clearly an airplane. Every light in the sky these days is suddenly a drone. It's getting ridiculous." The light began to descend toward the intersection ahead. "Actually, I think it's a helicopter. It's stopping midair," I said. As I turned into the intersection and up a narrow road, the light moved again, this time in a way that caught my attention. I adjusted my guess. Okay, maybe it's a drone, probably someone flying their Mavic, looking for the so-called drones. But then, about 100 feet high, I saw the object hover. It had one red and one green light. Bright, not dim. I couldn't make out the aircraft itself, only the lights. Curious, I rolled down my window to listen. No sound, nothing. Whatever it was hovered about 100 feet above us, the size of an SUV. I know, an SUV, what everybody has been saying. Moving with an almost unnatural grace. Movement I would expect from a drone, but how could something that large not make a sound?
So Bobby, I'm recording this conversation with you because I need to capture my genuine feelings right now. I have no words to explain what we saw, and I know that it wasn't just me. I mean, again, I was driving and it was quick and I didn't want to stop. I wish I could have taken my phone out.
But this you're talking about like something that was actually
Bobby,
had size.
This thing had size. It was gliding and then it came to a hover.
In December of 2024, I'd argue that most of the sightings reported were unrelated incidents conveniently woven together to create the illusion of a larger phenomenon. California tests its new manned air taxis. Someone in New York launches a drone to capture stunning cityscapes. Airplanes in Washington wait in typical approach patterns to land. And then, of course, a politician or two steps in to leverage the hysteria for their own agenda.
There's an Iranian mothership off the east coast of the United States, and it's launching these drone incursions.
And why not just have a rule that anybody who flies a drone near a mass spectator event, the drone's going to be destroyed in the air?
Fear-driven narratives encourage impulsive reactions. People may feel justified in shooting down drones they perceive as threats. What if someone mistakes a small private plane, like a Cessna, for something more sinister?
On Tuesday night alone, pilots reported 123 laser strikes nationwide, 24 over the skies of New Jersey, meaning an average night for laser strikes nationwide localized entirely over one state.
What if it's a life support helicopter flying over their home? What happens when that drone is part of a legitimate search and rescue mission, looking for a missing child or a hiker at night?
The drone was deployed and quickly located the 2 hikers.
I believe a surge of people eager to spot drones in the sky ironically triggered a wave of new drones being launched.
New Jersey sheriff or chief of police, I can't remember which, but he flew their own drone up to try to figure out what was going on.
The CIA did not get me. My wife actually said she saw some drones outside.
Not gonna happen. I think I missed that window. I think I missed it before. My neighbor told me that she saw them.
This created a feedback loop. More drones meant more sightings, and more sightings led to even more drones being sent up.
They're mostly active. I live in Warren County. Around me, there's been over 100 sightings at Merrill Creek Reservoir.
Sensationalism feeds a cycle where misinformation spreads faster than facts, and reasoned judgment takes a back seat. People, primed by constant headlines, begin seeing what they expect to see, even if it's not there. Take my own experience. My passengers and I saw lights in the sky. Interpretation shifted moment to moment. First it was a plane, then a helicopter, finally a mysterious drone. It's a perfect example of how our brains fill in gaps.
No, and when you don't understand something, you don't jump to the most exciting conclusion.
Whether it's a simple drone flight, a starry night, or an unexplained light in the distance, there's something profound about the way we connect with the vastness above. And that, my friends, is what makes it all magical. Subscribe for more explorations above the horizon. This is Magic, signing off. Wait. Don't go yet. I have something here that could explain December 2024 sightings. On January 9th, Keller Renato Clifton, CEO of the multi-billion-dollar startup Zipline, posted that they've been scaling rapidly at their first New Jersey testing facility, which opened, guess when, about 60 days ago. That exactly covers the timeline into December of 2024. Zipline's drones are big, hover, and have red and green lights, and use a unique propeller design that make them virtually silent. Sound familiar? Depending on the platform, Zipline drones can travel up to a 10-mile radius, and some can reach a staggering 120-mile round trip, fully autonomous. Let me know what you think. Does this solve the mystery, or just add another layer to it? I've put so much energy into this video. If you've genuinely enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe.